What does a potato sound like? That is a question that you get asked when you're making a game like this that you never think you're going to have to answer. What does a potato sound like? Play the game and find out.
What is King of Meat? Objectively, it's a video game.
A sort of fever dream in game form, I think.
King of Meat is a 4-player co-op game set in the world of Lorgok.
It's a crazy mix of creators and fighters getting together and pushing each other off ledges.
Creating dungeons to share and fight.
To perform on the most amazing TV show ever and become famous.
To understand what the game is, you come and sit with the studio and meet the team for a while, and then you go, oh, I get it. I think what we've got is this great mix of a solid direction and then a team who've kind of like really taken that direction to heart and then can riff on it and make it their own.
That sort of that creative silliness and that weirdness. It feels like it had to come from this particular chemistry of people at this particular time.
People are going to be like, oh no, what is the studio? When they're playing this, like, what is this gargoyle doing? Like...
The challenge is to have a set of rules which you can hide, because there are some really strict rules. So it goes to concept art and we have these really cool, amazing, wacky ideas, and I think we've done our job best when you don't realise that there are those rules. So all like the costumes look so different, but actually they're following a very strict set of rules under the hood.
It's scary when the rules break because it breaks so much.
As we went on, we broke those rules and realised they were flexible and then went back and readjusted them. We felt comfortable with, breaking the rules that we set up for ourselves.
What's weird as well is that people get a chance to look at the assets up close, because actually people are going to use a controller and place stuff down and swivel around it. So everything's got to have a bottom and everything's got to have a side, and it's got to hold up to close-up scrutiny.
Because the game isn't linear in that you don't just play through, the same levels one after the other in a particular order, we don't actually know what order players are going to play the levels in, so you can't actually rely on them having any knowledge from before, so everything you kind of need to do needs to happen inside of the level.
That's where people go really wild, and a lot of it comes through the writing. Rihanna and Sophie's excellent writing.
On a game like King of Meat, which is not a linear story narrative game, it's not that kind of game. And we're essentially responsible for every single word in the game, even settings get thought about.
Ideally, we would like the player to place this on the ground. They probably won't. So then we had to kind of design something that, across all the gameplay assets, if you raise it off the floor, what does it look like? The floating pile of dirt.
The floating pile of dirt.
They put this object and they make this object move, and you can put, eyes on it.
Use more googly eyes. I mean, googly eyes are the best thing ever invented in any game. I will stand by that, and it's a hill I'll die on.
There's levels that come to mind where you have almost like a boss that's also kind of a building, because it has eyes and eyebrows that are moving, and it changes its mood when different waves of enemies spawn and that kind of stuff. And I've never seen anything like that, and that feels really King of Meat to me.
Now we're going to do cool things on the fly. Have you been shown the chair? Have you seen the babies?
This is Mike. Hi, Mike. This is the whiteboard. The whiteboard, the wheels don't work, but that doesn't mean that the ideas that come from the whiteboard are any less workable. I think actually, no, it's the wrong one! It's still here! Yeah, it's here. This is where we first came up with the idea for Rosalind Rage. There were no characters that had been part of a famous contender group, like a 4-player group, but we're a 4-player game, so we needed some representation of that, so that is where Rosalind Rage came from, and the crowns, and yeah, that lives here forever.
I'm sure somebody's told you about the rat bats in the game already. That's a brilliant outworking of that, and that then became a sort of internal meme, and then there's rat bats all over the game because they're cute.
I was the same with the rat bats. They I was just like, well, let's make a rat bat, and then that just stuck.
And the same with the cluster duck, which is the exploding duck move, which was inner.
Did someone just replace the bomb with a duck originally?
Yeah.
The rubber ducky, no one requested that, but for some reason we were like, yeah, we need a duck in here.
She made the duck, then she made the little stall to sell the ducks.
Can we have more ducks? And then you're like, right, okay.
And then everyone was like, I want to throw the ducks.
Design was like, no, this has to do something, because it's so much fun.
Obviously the ducks explode into more ducks, and then Cluster Duck was the name of the glory move.
It is like a family. Glowmade are very good to us, and is it Pastry Wednesdays, which is wonderful. A cup of tea and a brownie and a little social around the little kitchen. We'll often gather around the troll sign, share a brownie and
Or have a look at the lovely fridge.
Is the question about how odd we are?
We're all just very normal. We arrive in suits, like we're here 9 to 5, we just log in and we go home. We don't even talk to each other. Wow, what is weird?
What is weird? I think I'm a big fan of weird. Any opportunity to do something unexpected.
You can be as weird as you like, just completely yourself.
We couldn't make the game that King of Meat is if the studio was not the way it is.
Part of like the identity of Glowmade is that we're a little bit silly, we're a little bit juvenile, but we make games that slap.
I thought it would make our company seem bigger, like there was another bit somewhere, the aid, so it just says Glow.
But the main event.
This is the fridge.
The poem fridge.
Rang your mum's door, it went crash, she caught me. Really makes you think.
What I'm going to show you now is some of the trinkets and assets that I've stolen from various events. Johnny's Biscuits, hands off, doesn't work. Steph made these, she 3D printed the Contender, and I don't know where the stand's gone. It's genuine battle axe, very own meat milk. It's all real Japanese that makes some vague kind of sense. According to Google Translate. Happy meat, happy milk. Limited edition Touch of Meat cologne. Not allowed anyone to spray because I think it reeks. My wife came into the office and sprayed it. Turns out, yeah, it's fish sauce. So
If your little odd flag is flying, everyone's like, cool, here's my flag. And then everyone hangs out.
Here's my little thing that I really like doing, and everyone should encourage that in a way that somehow that gets represented in what you do on a day-to-day basis.
that's really dumb, I love it, let's put it in the game. You know, it's sort of, let's not overthink this. This is a game that is not taking itself seriously. If we're talking about a giant horse hoof that stamps on you from the sky, it's like, that's mostly not a serious conversation to be having. You want to think, how dumb is this? How can we make this stupid and entertaining?
The trolls are proudly displaying their butts.
The troll butt.
Butts. Yeah, butts.
Butt cheeks in a game, underrated, I guess.
And the secret butts.
Beautiful sculpted ass.
So she then iterated on the butt just to give some more definition to the cheeks.
One day it was there in the inventory. Our lives would change forever.
Maybe.
He has a crack. That guy has a crack on him.
We've named it the witching hour, but it's people just start to feel a bit weird and a bit tired, so they start saying things, and then people riff on that, and it's just a fun bit of silliness that erupts.
That's when the most insane, deranged content comes out, which is great because some of our characters are slightly deranged.
This is what an average day, yeah. It's like, this is.
We definitely have had meetings where we're like, listen, this character just isn't sexy enough. That's a problem.
It's also been an interesting line to play where you're like, make it more King of Meat, and then you're like, well, what is that specifically?
A line that has been crossed. I mean, whether there was even a line, I suppose there is now.
The line, I think, there is one line which is a legal requirement, which we will go as far as we think is appropriate for the game, and then bring it back if we need to. Thankfully, there's a commonality within the studio of where that line is. You can run it past somebody else in the studio and they will know whether it's over the line or not.
Sometimes we have to catch ourselves like, hang on, is this content actually good or are we just going insane? So like, oh, we'll check back in the morning. Yeah.
If we look at Meat Baby and Grill Mother, we're there. That's like tonally how we could explain
the line, yeah. Meat Baby, maybe.
Why did you look at me? Sorry.
Joyful. That is really what it is. It's like everyone just encourages this atmosphere of collaboration and joy to work together, and we all genuinely love this project and enjoy finding out things about it together.
Yeah, I mean, the culture is like King of Meat. It's exactly the same kind of tone and focus on joy that is King of Meat. It just comes from this group of people.
It can be really, really complicated, the problems that we are solving. At the end of the day, you're playing something silly and fun, and that makes it all worthwhile. All of those logs, all of those merge commits, they make the silliness fun, enjoyable, and working with people on that is great.
because it's meant to be about making you laugh together. I think that's the experience we want people to have.
We've given you loads and loads of really beautiful looking little pieces, so go and make some beautiful looking things.
Make the most insane looking contender and post it. I want to see what you do with those costumes and decorations.
Just have fun. I think the main thing about King of Meat is the fun factor. Enjoy your time playing it, enjoy your time making it.
Don't take the game too seriously, because we certainly didn't take it too seriously when making it. You should have fun playing it, and that's what we've wanted you to do from the very beginning.
Send fan fiction, please. Send it to me. I don't know how you'll find me, because I don't think my details will be on it, but send it anyway. I'll find it.
Have fun, be joyful, send us fan fiction.